and welcome to Midday Movie Review. They canceled the book show of mine because I refused to read and review that Jerry Seinfeld book. I'm not really a fan. And if you notice that I'm solo today because Chris Trevs, they fired him because they just didn't find him likable enough. I don't know. I think he's a good guy. You know, we go way back. We met in Catholic school and we came up together and we're good buddies. Anyway, let's get to the movies because that's what's really important today. Movies, man. Movies are fun. You go there, you get the popcorn, you get the soda, you get it all. It's just a good time. You go with your family, you enjoy the movies because they're fun. Okay, first up we got this awesome movie called Ed TV. This is probably my favorite Matthew McConaughey movie. I really enjoy his work. You know, he was in Dazed and Confused. He was funny in that as Wooderson. And he was good in that movie, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, and that movie with Horseface, Sarah Jessica Parker. What was that movie called? It's like Failure to Launch? Yeah, that's it. That was a good one. Anyway, this movie also has Elizabeth Hurley, Jenna Elfman, and what do you know, Woody Harrelson. I like that guy. He was good in Cheers. Good, funny man. And Ellen DeGeneres is in there. She is gay. I don't really approve of that, but whatever. Anyway, and also Woody Harrelson plays a guy named Gay in this movie. I don't know. Anyway, this is just a good movie. It was directed by Ron Howard of Leave It to Beaver fame. No, that's not it. Andy Griffith Show. Yeah, that was good. And Rob Reiner is also in this, and Dennis Hopper. Okay. All right. Next up, we got classic 1991 film Thelma and Louise, directed by Ridley Scott, who directed Blade Runner, my favorite sci-fi movie. People say, everyone's Star Wars crazy. I don't like those movies. They're overrated and boring. And the prequels, oh, man. Whoo! Those movies smell like fish. Let me tell you that. Anyway, this movie is just classic. I think Brad Pitt is in this movie. It was kind of like America's first introduction to him. Great actor, handsome man. On here, The Hollywood Reporter said Sarandon and Davis are nothing short of perfect. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention Susan Sarandon and Gina Davis are in this movie. They both give good performances as Thelma and Louise, and they look pretty decent in this film. And there's some guy, kind of looks like Michael Madsen. I don't know if it is, but he's in a wife beater and he's smoking, talking on the phone. Good movie. Okay, next up, one of my favorites, Jerry Maguire. Everyone knows the part where he says, "Show me the money!" Classic scene, classic 90s movie right here. Tom Cruise as Jerry Maguire. Also, Cuba Gooding Jr. is in this film, and Renee Zellweger. And, Cuba Gooding Jr., my favorite movie with him was probably that Snow Dogs movie. I liked that movie, and it was a classic film. Siskel and Ebert both gave this movie 2 thumbs up. And Joe Lydon, is he related to that guy from the Sex Pistols? I don't know. He's from NBC TV. He gave it 4 stars and said a smart, sexy comedy. I would have to agree with that man. He's a smart guy. Anyway, next up. Oh, I'm forgetting to rate these films. Okay, Jerry Maguire, I would probably give 3 stars. Thelma and Louise, 5 stars. Loved it. Classic. Awesome film. Ed TV, 5 stars. One of my favorite movies of all time. It's just a classic. Anyway, here we go. The Big Chill. This has a lot of people in it. It's got Tom Berenger and Glenn Close. I don't know why. Why would you name your daughter Glenn? That's a man's name. Anyway, Jeff Goldblum is in here. Jeff Goldblum Man Group, classic group that he was in for a while. William Hurt and Kevin Kline, Mary Kay Place, Meg Tilly, JoBeth Williams? Yeah, that's it. Okay, and it says, in a cold world, you need your friends to keep you warm. I would have to agree with that. Who doesn't agree with that? I don't know. Anyway, this movie, it's got an all-star cast. It's a classic film. Very funny. Let's see, who directed this thing? It was written by Lawrence Kasdan and directed by Lawrence Kasdan. No, actually, it was written by Lawrence Kasdan and Barbara Benedek. Never heard of them, but they sure did come up with a good film here. They wrote it, and it's a classic. Okay. Oh, The Big Chill, I would probably give, let's say 3.5 stars. It's not perfect. It's very good, but it's not perfect. I don't know. Also, I forgot to mention, you notice there's all on VHS, and people always kind of give me hell like, oh, why do you still own the VHS tapes? Well, it's because that's my favorite way to watch movies. It's just my personal preference. I still got the VCR and the big, kind of, I don't know, still call it the tube or whatever. TV, they got the flat screens now, and I don't like those. Anyway, you just pop in the VHS tape, you can rewind it, you can fast forward it. Be Kind Rewind, who doesn't forget that? You'd rent the tapes and there'd be a little stickers on there that said Be Kind Rewind. That was always cool. And it was a little smiley face, always kind of gave me a smiley face myself. Anyway, VHS tapes I would highly recommend. They're gonna come back, trust me. Blu-ray is gonna die, VHS is gonna come back. Well, I think that about does it for this episode, the first episode, and hopefully we'll have many more. Maybe Chris Treves will come back. I hope he does. I hope they rehire him because he's a good guy. To do some more VHS reviews. And, movie reviews. VHS is my personal preference. Sometimes I just, Anyway, this does it for Daytime Movie Review, starring me, Douglas J. Finkelberg. And no, the J does not stand for Jehovah's Witness. I'm not a Jehovah's Witness. I'm a nice Catholic man. All right, see you next week.